how is it that there's an incredible amount of species on Earth? This is certainly a unique component of our planet. I'm a professor of ecology. I lead a team of scientists to better understand biodiversity by emphasizing the way those species depend on each other. If we rewind the history of life on Earth, there are several significant episodes. The origin of life, it triggers everything. The origin of pluricellulars, the origin of complex ecological communities, the origin of consciousness. These are all very relevant evolutionary transitions. But the origin of the complex cell, eukaryotic cells that have nucleus and have other organelles. It's the most important one. Our paper originated by the puzzle of the sudden appearance of eukaryotes, the complex cell. How life transitioned from one state, characterized by very simple life forms, to another one where suddenly you have a much more complex level of organization. You start here with archaea and bacteria, right? And while it took so long, around 2,000 million years, for that event to happen. And that's the first interesting result, the threshold, because it calls to the possibility of a phase transition. We biologists tend to think in terms of intermediate steps, tend to think in terms of a gradual process. And we found that there's nothing like that. There's nothing in the middle. And that separates prokaryotes from eukaryotes. Life was characterized either by the simple state or a prokaryote to suddenly see one of the most significant evolutionary steps, a fully developed eukaryote. So essentially, the paper tries to shed some insight about this process that went from one simple level of organization to another much more complex. Without that event, it would have been impossible the evolution towards pluricellular organisms. Fungi, plants, birds, reptiles, fishes, mammals, that would not have been possible. To me, the most fascinating part of this paper is this ability to bridge between two disciplines. On one hand, biology, where the question arises. On the other hand, physics, characterized by this analytical way of thinking, by universality, by its ability to predict. And this has been a very rewarding, a really beautiful process where we've learned from each other.
Plants have a bigger variance than expected. Why is that? It's because of some kind of interaction with insects, some kind of domestication in the Neolithic. That could be interesting.
I like this hypothesis of yours. We've never thought about that. And through that learning, hopefully, we've been able to contribute in a way that would not have been possible only from the point of view of biology.